You did talk about what the leadership did to make Warri Wolves fans understand their responsibility. Is this happening, or do other teams, those who lead other teams, do they have an understanding, or do you think that they likely will be doing the same thing?
I know Ayansi has been preaching that. The chairman of Eimba, he has been doing that a lot. So Aba fans are very calm. They used to be very volatile, but they are very calm now. Even Rangers, they are very calm. Aqua, I can say for them, unfortunately, Kwara United, that's one of my teams growing up and that I like so much, unfortunately. But we should be able to educate. There are people, they are human beings, and they all understand. They are not dumb. If you understand, if it drives their senses, look at it. I can tell you for sure, 2 teams from Kwara went down on relegation. It's sad, it's very pathetic, because the governor there is spending so much on sports, so he shouldn't have this, but it's unfortunate. And for the first time in the league, Kwara needed a win to survive. Baisa went there, Aqua went there and had a draw. So the league management committee should be commended, because there and there it was seen as not a do or die.
So talking about sports infrastructure, yes, we know that, so much sprang up in Delta State, but there are so many other states who have not been able to, of course, match up with all of those. Keshi also recently complained about, look, no facility to train. How do you think all of this can be sorted out? Because if government is a major spender, and we're talking about government hands off, let private sector come in, how do we strike a balance?
Yeah, you see, first, if you want to attract the corporate sponsorship, corporate partnership, if you like, the thing is you must have a corporate presence. You must have that ingredient of one, accountability, transparency, and credibility. Once you have that, you have the corporate sponsors. But a short-term process is that we have these facilities. That's why I've always canvassed for the National Sports Festival to be domiciled in Abuja. Because if you go to the swimming pool in Abuja today, the swimming pool that was built only 10 years ago, if you go there today, you weep and say you are not in Nigeria. I can tell you that.
And all that money spent,
so that is the truth, because they are not being used, they are not being maintained properly. In Delta, what we try to do is to outsource our maintenance, and the companies are responsible. So if you go to Warri Stadium, 24 hours, if you look at the new swimming pool in Ogara now, all outsourced, and the person that built it is going to maintain it for 2 years, and you also train our locals on how to maintain, even taking them abroad, just to have a total quality maintenance structure and culture. So that's what we try to do, because once we have that at the back of our mind, then we are good.
Let's go to this one. It's an area that one is not, of course, proud to mention. Stephen Keshi's salary. He talked about the fact that, look, 7 months. The national team. We know of some expatriate coaches who will come to this country, their salaries are paid in advance.
Well, I want to say that I'm not in a position to know whether he has been paid or not. But one thing that I know is that the leadership of Aminu Megeri has done so well for football in Nigeria. And Aminu Megeri, because he knows the implication of not paying Keshi, if he doesn't have it, he cannot. Let me tell you what happened. They have a budget. Of course, they run more of what's called recurrent budget, more of collecting from government and giving. And the NFF is funded 100% by the government of Nigeria. So there's no way that they will collect money meant for Keshi and will not give to Keshi. If you look at that, it's not possible. So what they've done is, if you look at it, they've qualified all the teams for either the CAF or FIFA organized tournament, all the teams. Nigeria for the first time qualified for CHAN. Nigeria for the first time in 19 years won the Nations Cup. All these are huge. They didn't anticipate all this. And of course, we all know what goes on when you come to budgetary allocation. You might project 1 billion, 2, 3 billion. There at the presidency or whatever, they might slash it down to 1.5 billion because they think that we might not win the Nations Cup. So why do we budget for this? We might not do this. Why? So all those things impacted hugely on their finances. So, I don't think that. I think that the National Sports Commission, Keshi, and the leadership of the NFF should sit together and look for a way of, because I'm not in that. I cannot see when somebody is not being paid and the person is motivated to do his job. And of course, it can also lead to other dirty things. Yeah. Where you see coaches not collecting money from their players and players not respecting them and all that.
They also suffer the same thing.
Because it's possible when you are not being paid, you must look for money to take care of your family. You must look for money to take care of your responsibilities. Mm. So, but I think they should come together and strike a balance and say, for example, if XYZ is coming quarterly, this should be dedicated not just to Keshi, the other coaches. There is the under 21 coach, there is under 17 coach, there are the female coaches.
And then we have the same thing. Sometimes they're not.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, is what they have that they will give.
Yeah, but
they do not collect salaries. The executive committee members of the NFF, I'm not one, but I know they don't collect salaries. I know, to me, it's just like what they are doing is just called to serve.
So why do they fight to perpetuate themselves?
No, because you want to make a name. It's as easy as that, You want to make a name. If I were to go on the board of the NFF, I would tell them right from the beginning that, please, I have companies that can fund me being there. And that is the truth. Because
which is what we should be thinking about. Because beyond the president of NFF.
We are talking to the NFF. Let me tell you the beauty about Megeri. Megeri knows that he doesn't know everything, but he listens to you. Look at it. They've been very consistent. Consistency in terms of qualifying Nigeria for all events. And one of the major elements of consistency is quality. Once you are consistent, it means your preparations and your leadership is quality. And that is what he has provided. I'm not yet preaching Megeri, but one thing I know about that man, people see him as being naive, but he knows more than you. And if he doesn't know, he calls you. Megeri calls me middle of the night. What do I do about this? I said, have you called this? Have you called that? Yes. What did they say? Okay, I think we should do it like that. Told me that is exceptional for a Nigerian to be doing. He's the president of NFF. He can do anything. But it doesn't. It calls people. He will call you. You want to come to Calabar? Please, with our lean resources, I can get you. Do you understand? What I'm saying is he has demonstrated enough character in terms of leadership attributes. And he should be commended. And I can tell you, my one vote next year will go to him. Even if he doesn't want to run, I will tell him to come and run.
But he will need more than one.
No, I'm telling you. No. Nobody can stand him right now.
All right. Okay, well, Amaju Penik is the Executive Chairman of Delta State Football Association. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you so much.
We're back